Viet Cong kind of started as kind of a way for me to sort of get a lot of the musical junk floating around in my head just out there. Home is Calgary, Alberta. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing going on there unless you make it happen yourself, kind of. It's one of those. And I feel like it's getting a little bit better, but, you know, for a city of 1.2 million people or something now, it's, I don't know, it's still very bleak. And it used to be that it was pretty cheap to live there, which was nice, but it's actually getting more and more expensive. We're lucky because we have a little studio kind of garage. It's a garage. We call it the studio, but it's a garage. So I feel like it's an easy place to be a band or to be creative. I don't know how inspiring it is as a city. I mean, if I lived somewhere like here, I'd probably be writing differently. I think where you are totally dictates what you're gonna produce, you know, creatively, I think, just generally. That's why artists are always moving around, you know, trying to find different inspiration. So I think I'm actually gonna be moving to the West Coast, to Vancouver Island in December, for something different. We're gonna be so busy next year. It's gonna be, you know, 200 shows or something probably. So I'm not gonna be spending much time at home anyways. But as a new home base, I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I'll just be doing the drive back and forth. I mean, it kind of really depends on the venue that we're playing, what set we're gonna play that night. Like we played a show, I guess 2 nights ago in London, and it was kind of DIY space, sort of like a community center, no stage. You're on the ground. So those kinds of shows, I always want to turn everything up and kind of go crazy. And you know, a song that some nights would be 7 minutes long turns into like a 15-minute long noise fest. I mean, I try to remember my own lyrics and sing them the same for all the songs. It's up for interpretation, really. Some of them are very literal for me, but other people listening wouldn't see that, obviously. And some of them are just me kind of trying to paint a picture and like create a world, or what I think the world's gonna look like in, you know, a few hundred years. I'm obsessed with that post-apocalyptic kind of vision. I mean, all my favorite movies and stuff like that and favorite books are kind of set in that sort of a world. So I'll love it if the world goes to shit and I have to go, you know, fight someone off to just get water to drink, you know? Hunting, back to hunting and fishing. Last summer we did a really long tour, and that was our first time testing out the songs. And then when we came back, we recorded the record. And it was really good playing that many shows, and you know, you just get better as a band. I mean, we're a completely different band than when we started off. It's so funny because it takes so long after you record a record for it to actually come out. It's gonna be almost a year, so we try to keep it fresh in our set so we don't totally, you know, beat the songs into the ground till we don't want to ever see them again, you know? Improvisation when we're playing them live helps a lot too. It helps keep it interesting, or keep ourselves interested. Our band's name is pretty offensive to a lot of people. And we're Canadian. We didn't have anything to do with that war or any of that. So it's like the Vietnamese immigrants, Vietnamese Canadians, Vietnamese Americans, who, you know, they'll write us an email saying that their family was tortured by the Viet Cong for 5 years in a prison camp. And I'm like, yeah. It's just a band name. It's just what we called ourselves.